welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have a start bench cut. So basically, as you can see behind us, we have three people and we have to pick one to start, bench, and cut. Pretty much kind of take it however you want to take that to mean. But yeah, we go back and forth. You have 5, I have 5, so 10 total. And yeah, ready to get things started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, so for my first one for you, but we can both answer for each of them, I have Bianca Belair, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley. Obviously, these are 3 women who will be in the World Championship match at WrestleMania upcoming. So yeah.
Okay, so obviously I think Bianca is probably one of the best in-ring wrestlers. You know, I just love her style. I love that she could do everything. So I'm probably starting her.
Okay.
So obviously this leaves me with a very tough decision to either cut Rhea or Io Sky, which I don't want to cut either. But unfortunately for Io, I might have to bench Rhea. Yeah, I might have to bench Rhea. The great storylines involved with her. Obviously, you don't really get much of that with Io. They kind of just toss in the ring and say, put on a great show. Obviously, the only difference there would be the Bayley story was pretty good. Damage Control split up and all that. But yeah, I think unfortunately Io's getting cut. Rhea is benched, and I'm starting Bianca Belair.
All right. Next up for me is yours. And
yeah, we have Chris Jericho, Triple H, and Kurt Angle.
All right. So for this one, kind of hard because I like all 3, but they all give me something different. Obviously, Kurt Angle, the pure wrestling machine. Chris Jericho, the good storylines in the wrestling. Triple H, pretty good storylines and a pretty good wrestler as well. As a Kurt Angle fanboy, I might have to start Kurt Angle, bench Triple H, and then unfortunately cut Jericho. I love Jericho. I think he has one of the best match catalogs in history, but unfortunately I think these other 2 guys are just, they give me a little bit more from them.
Yeah, Triple H just gives you a lot of huge moments for sure.
Yeah. Alright, next up for you, we have a tag team one. We have DIY, MCMG, and Street Profits.
So for this one, I have to be a little bit, not necessarily biased, but because I haven't seen a ton of Motor City, that does kind of weigh against them. So off the bat, I'm gonna have to cut them, unfortunately, because I just seen a lot of Street Profits, seen a ton of DIY. However, I've seen very little Motor City. I know they're very good. I know they might be the best tag team here, but I haven't seen it personally, so I'm not gonna rank them as if I have seen them.
Okay.
So I'll cut Motor City. I'm gonna bench DIY, start Street Profits. I love the Street Profits. I think they're amazing. DIY is definitely growing on my list. However, Street Profits is at the top of that list.
Yeah, I think surprisingly for me, I probably would have started MCMG, benched Street Profits, and unfortunately cut Gargano and Champ, because I feel like although they have had great matches, I feel like they're almost better separately feuding with each other. So yeah, but yeah, I don't mind your answer at all. All right, what's your next one for me?
So we have 3 big men here. We have Bronson Reed, Keith Lee, Braun Strowman. They offer you a wide variety of different things. You get some great stories with Braun Strowman, with the Wyatt 6, Bray Wyatt, all that stuff. He's still doing pretty good stuff even as of today. Bronson Reed obviously has a huge, just massive, just rising in popularity over the last year in 2024. And Keith Lee, just kind of one of those fan favorites, gives you a little bit of everything, has some big moments, double champion, just a great guy.
Yeah, so for me, this one's kind of easy for me because I'm able to base this on who I want to see more out of these 3. So for me, I would start Keith Lee, bench Bronson Reed, and then unfortunately cut Braun Strowman. He is, I do think he's one of the better big men, especially at the size that he is. So I definitely will give him the benefit of the doubt. But these other 2 guys, they're a lot smaller, but they're bigger in width. So, and yeah, it's like enjoy their match catalog a little bit more.
Now, funny enough, I'd probably do the exact opposite of your list, and I'll cut. Keith Lee would be cut, unfortunately. But yeah, I'd probably do the opposite of yours, though.
Okay. What's your next, or for my next one for you, we have 3 of the best right now in WWE: AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens.
So this is a very hard one. I love all 3 of these guys. I know my starter is gonna be AJ Styles. I just love AJ Styles just that little bit more than Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre. Um, and then unfortunately for Drew McIntyre, I'm gonna bench Kevin Owens, cut Drew McIntyre. Kevin Owens, I feels like just gives you a little bit more of everything. He's a little bit better in ring. He has a little bit better storylines. And yeah, he could do everything that Drew could do, just maybe a little bit better, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, and the thing with this as well is Drew's also the one probably the least amount of time, whereas AJ can go to TNA, the Indies, New Japan, WWE. Kevin Owens, you can go from PWG, Ring of Honor, NXT, and WWE. Whereas Drew McIntyre, yeah, he's been in the company for over 10 years and is the longest guy who's spent the most time in WWE. But some of those early years weren't the greatest, and some of those starter years on the main roster weren't the greatest either as well.
No.
So, yeah, I probably would agree with you on that one. What's your next one for me, though?
All right, so now we have 3 Hall of Famers. We have Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, and Christian. Once again, another one of those that offer you a wide variety of different things. All 3 been in just wrestling for a long time. Obviously, Rey Mysterio probably has the edge by quite a few years. But yeah.
All right, so for me, easy one to start. I'm going to start Rey Mysterio, obviously. He's my favorite on this list. An icon, like you mentioned, just the longevity of his career. There's just so many banger matches on his entire match catalog. Next up, I'm kind of torn because as a wrestler, I do enjoy Christian more. And as of late, the Randy stuff he's doing with Kevin Owens has been good. But I love the heel stuff that Christian was doing on in AEW. So, this is more of a do I want the bigger moments with Randy, or do I want the more wrestling storyline stuff with Christian? I'm at the bench Randy Orton and cut Christian, I think, just because I think Randy Orton has just been feuding with so many bigger names than what Christian unfortunately did, even though he definitely was more deserving to play a role in the main roster scene.
Yeah, obviously you're going to have to miss out on all those tag team matches and everything.
Yeah.
However, you do get Evolution. You get RK Bro if that, floats your boat. But yeah, I'll probably take the exact same order as well.
All right, my next one for you, we have 3 former and 2 current champions, but we have Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton, and Liv Morgan.
So Liv Morgan was somebody who, when she first came back from her injury after losing the title, coming back and all that, she was somebody I was very high on. And then after the Becky feud and the start of the Rhea feud, kind of fell off her hype train quite a bit. But as of the 2025, basically, she's been amazing. She's been really good in ring, really good storylines. She's been carrying the Raw brand on the women's side of things. Same with Tiffany Stratton, kind of the only singles feud going on in the women's division there. And Chelsea Green's just my favorite, one of my most entertaining people that there is on all of wrestling. Just love Chelsea Green. Great character work from her, great in-ring work from her. She does everything. So I think, honestly, I'm probably going to start Chelsea, which might be very surprising. But she just gives me, I think, the most enjoyment, and I'll probably laugh and smile the most seeing her on TV. So for that reason alone, I'm probably going to start her. And people are definitely going to be mad at this, but I'm benching Liv Morgan, cutting Tiffy time. Because I've just been loving Liv Morgan recently. She's going to be in great storylines moving forward. I could see her just being a top girl in the next few years, just maybe taking over that Rhea spot potentially at some point. But yeah, as of right now, I think I'm going to start Chelsea Green, bench Liv Morgan, cut Tiffy time, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Liv Morgan, I'm probably more of a fan of Tiffany. I probably would still bench Liv Morgan and probably cut Tiffany. But I'm glad we both, easily agree with Chelsea being the starter here. But yeah, I think, like you said, Liv Morgan's definitely stepped it up in 2025, so hopefully she can continue that. And yeah, for your next one, what do you have for me?
We have 3 factions here. Obviously, a little bit different, but we have the New Day, NWO, and DX. So, a recent one and then 2 older ones that kind of have a lot of nostalgia attached to them. But how would you do it?
So, obviously, I've seen a decent bit of NWO, but I haven't seen nearly all of it, nor really a lot of it either. So, although they are probably the biggest name, and probably the biggest faction name-wise in wrestling history. I am going to cut them, but that's mainly just because I haven't seen much of it, and I do know that some of it towards the end was pretty bad anyway. Now, DX is kind of a weird one because their highs are very high, but also there's a lot of points where they weren't always together, and they're kind of like one person will be doing one thing, then two people will do another thing, then another person will be doing another thing, or something like that's like situation. Whereas New Day, they've always been a team, obviously recently, and I'm gonna start New Day because I've seen most of them pretty much from their entire career, and I've loved pretty much almost everything they've done. And then I'll bench DX and then cut NWO.
Yeah, I'd probably swap New Day and DX for my list, but yeah, I'd also cut NWO. Obviously, there's a lot of people that you get to see involved in the NWO. However, yeah, the WCW storylines just never did it for me.
All right, your last one is Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, and Braun Breaker.
Okay, so two young guys and then Andrade. I'm probably cutting Andrade, unfortunately. He has had some really good matches in his NXT days, even some main roster and some AEW. I'm sure he's had great matches there that I haven't seen. But yeah, I'm probably cutting Andrade. Melo and Braun, that's hard because I love Braun, but I do think Melo is better in ring. But I do think Braun is the bigger star.
Yeah.
Like Braun's peak is definitely higher than Carmelo's peak, at least as of right now. But I probably will still start Carmelo Hayes because I do love him. He puts on just amazing matches. And yeah, probably starting Carmelo Hayes, benching Braun Breaker, and cutting Andrade. Unfortunate for Andrade.
Yeah, I think Carmelo is probably more well-rounded than Braun Breaker as well. Like you said, he's better than him in ring. I think even the promos are even better than Braun Breaker. So yeah, I think Carmelo would be my start as well. And then between Braun Breaker and Andrade, I'm kind of torn between because Andrade has the history, whereas Braun Breaker's kind of more recently and hasn't had as many good matches as Andrade. So I probably would have benched Andrade and then cut Braun Breaker, unfortunately.
Yeah, I could see that. I just kind of went with I guess the narrative that Braun Breaker is going to be used a ton for the next 15 years or so, and Andrade, he's not even being seen today. So I guess I went, maybe a little bit too much recency bias.
And for the last one for the video, what do you have for me?
We have the 3 new NXT women that are just killing the wrestling business right now, in a good way, obviously. Stephanie Verker, Jordynne Grace, and Julia. Just 3 of the best in-ring, on the mic. They do everything really good. Obviously, language barrier with Stephanie and Julia slightly. But yeah.
So for me, to start off, easy one is starting Stephanie Verker. I think she's the best in the ring, and she's already gained so much fan attraction, and everybody is behind her, and she's already one of the biggest stars in NXT in general. So
Charlotte Flair's using her move now.
So then I'm torn between Julia and Jordynne Grace, because Jordynne, the past 2-3 years probably, she's been great. Whereas Julia, since she's gone to WWE, she's kind of, I don't want to say got worse, but she hasn't adapted to the WWE style just yet. So I'll have to go with Jordynne Grace to bench, mainly because I haven't seen too much of Japan Julia. I've seen a few matches, but not all of them, so I'd hate to say that I would bench her, even though I haven't really watched all the matches anyway. So I'll bench Jordynne Grace and cut Julia.
Yeah, I'd do the exact same list. Yeah, I think those are just 3 incredible women. Unfortunate for Julia, but I do think over time she'll adapt better, such as Stephanie Verker is doing.
Yeah. Well, that was our start bench cut. Let us know what you guys would have did for each one, and let us know what you guys think of our list as well. But thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.